When he delivered the State of the Nation address in February, when he delivered the State of the Nation address in February, that's why he said, in 100 days there must be agreed a comprehensive social compact to address these matters. Nothing has happened. Nothing. Here are the problems that are facing the ANC. The habit of telling lies. I don't think the ANC understands that reality. It is true that you have got many greedy people, many corrupt people. If I ask the question, why is the ANC, which marginalized people as we were saying, why is it behaving like this? I say to the ANC comrades that when you say I must go campaigning next year, to say to people vote ANC, how am I going to do that? To say vote ANC, when I know very well that the branch of the ANC in this constituency is led by a criminal. You can't. It's not possible to go and say vote ANC for a criminal.
He has answers for all these matters, and we will need to wait for him to provide answers to all these questions, and only he can answer them. So let's wait for that, and then we take the process forward.
Long journey of development where government and Amakosi are going to be working together, particularly in these rural areas. We will bring in the municipalities as well and everybody to do what the president has always asked us to do, a district development model. That's what we are doing. So I'm very happy to be here today. I've met with Amakosi in the area, and we've agreed that we will come back again in 3 months, where we can spend the whole day going through a number of issues that they want us to look at.
Deputy President, please indulge me on this one. I'm sure you are aware of the reports that have been circulating, particularly with regards to the declarations that you made in Parliament, with regards to the properties that you owned. The issue that perhaps South Africans are concerned about is there seems to be an allegation that senior government officials are using their positions to amass wealth and live in luxury. What is your response, particularly as it pertains to you?
What properties do I own?
The one in Constantia that you declared in Parliament?
No. People must read. That's just first thing you must learn in life. There's nothing in Parliament that I said I own a house. I said I live there. That house is owned by my son-in-law. It's a very simple thing to read. So what's the problem?
The allegations, Deputy President, that government officials are using their positions in government to amass wealth for their families. What is your reaction just on that, basically?
Which government officials?
Politicians in particular.
Which politicians?
The allegation, Deputy President, that you in your position are using the...
Are you talking about me or politicians?
You in particular, with regards to just these allegations.
But I've answered. I don't use government money. There's no government money in those houses. So what are you looking for? It's not government money. So I don't know what are your problems. It's a private home. It's owned by the family. It's not government. So how does government come in? I work for government. I get paid a salary. That's all. I'm here to push development in the rural areas. Not to come and talk about my property in Cape Town. It's a private home. It's not owned by government.
Thank you so much, DP. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much.
Family, let's talk about Mbeki, which is Thabo Mbeki, and Cyril Matamela Ramaphosa, and Mashatile. These are the three people that we have to discuss what we saw in this video. I will start with Thabo Mbeki when his gloves were off on Cyril Ramaphosa because of his weakness. You know, I remember watching Sihle Lonzi in Parliament talking about a paper tiger. And he did explain what is a paper tiger. His explanation, excuse me, was loud and clear when he talked about the paper tiger. By the look of things, when Cyril Ramaphosa talks, at a distance you will say, oh, this guy is a very strong guy. With his softness, the way he talks, that's how he confuses South Africans. He's got a very nice softness when he talks. He's not loud. So in that way, most people believed in the new dawn when he took office. But Thabo Mbeki explained the new dawn very well. That the new dawn, whatever that new dawn promised in 100 days, it's something that didn't happen. And gloves were off from Thabo Mbeki as we listened to him. Secondly, let us talk a bit about Cyril Ramaphosa. You know, at some point, it is really hard. As South Africa, we see South Africans, and as South Africans, we find ourselves in this kind of situation. Why do we find ourselves in this kind of situation? I think, South African, it's time now, before you cast your vote. If you've got a family, if you've got kids, just don't cast the vote because of the sake you are casting a vote, because in your family maybe you are part of a certain fashion. You believe in a certain political party. Just look at the work of the political parties, what they do. Don't look at the rhetoric. Look at the work of the political parties. Then you cast your vote, because you are not casting your vote for yourself. You are casting a vote for the future of your kids. Maybe you will not be there. They will be there. You casted your vote very wrong and they will not find no country. The country will be gone. That is what we are going through in the country. We're promised about the new dawn, billionaire coming in as a president, thinking with his billions he will ever do anything better or good for the nation. But it seemed as if we casted our vote the wrong way. We look at it, other political parties who have got this kind of rhetoric, but we didn't look at the bigger picture as to there are political parties, no matter how much people say bad things about them. But when you're sitting by yourself, thinking about the future of your kids, looking at the situation that our country is in now, there's no work. Graduates are sitting home. Graduates are in the petrol pump stations. Graduates are busy with Nyaube. Graduates are taking drugs because they've got nothing to do. They are confused. Why is that? It's because as parents, we go and vote because maybe my grandmother or my grandfather was an ANC. Then in the family, we believe in ANC. Or if we feel ANC is not doing enough, we decide to sit back and stay home instead of going to vote. This is the thing that happens. If you are not voting, you are part of the problem that is going on in the country. Don't push or shift the blame to somebody else and start talking in your corners that, oh, this is what is happening because ANC is that their potholes, their infrastructure, all these things that are happening in the country, drugs, killings and everything. You are part of the problem. You didn't cast your vote. You decided to stay home because you felt like ANC was not doing the right thing. Go and vote for a different political party than staying home, not voting, because by staying home, you are still part of the problem. Choose any political party that you feel, let me just try this political party and see what will happen. Maybe they will take us somewhere. But staying home, you are part of the big problem. Okay, let's forget about that now. Let's jump to the next, which is Paul Mashatile. Paul Mashatile is making about 3 million. That's the annum. So, but he is chewing more than what he has to chew. Where does that money comes from? Okay, let us look at the rudeness of Paul Mashatile when he was asked the question by that journalist who became so brave to ask that question that about the house in Cape Town that he owns, Consentia. It was kind of crazy. He answered, he said he doesn't own the house, or people must read. He never declared that he has a house in Consentia. But, you know, lies have got short legs. At times they catch on you. It is a problem. As he was answering the question, he said the house was his son-in-law's house. Before he finished all the answering, the rudeness of him, he forget what he said when he started answering the question. Then he told that journalist that, don't ask my, he said, don't ask me about my private property. He's no more saying my son-in-law property. He say my property in Cape Town. So that's how people get arrested. They say one thing and at the same time they say another thing. And when they are asked which one is which, then they start to say, they start stammering. Let me go back to Cyril Ramaphosa. Cyril Ramaphosa, when he was asked about this Mashatile thing, he said Mashatile will answer for himself. But he was stammering when he was answering the questions. But as a president who has a backbone, you need sometimes to take tough decisions. It doesn't matter who is around you, because it's what makes you a president, that you have these portfolios around you. You are the one who have appointed the people in those portfolios, because by constitution, you are allowed to appoint your own cabinet. But when you cannot discipline your own cabinet, Mkhunu now has caused the country. Now the president has got a lot of ministers. It's not about only the ministers. This is going to be taken from the taxpayers, the same taxpayers who have got no money. It's going to eat in their pocket because of the weak president. Who you see a president failing to take decisive actions in his cabinet, then who has to take? But at some point, we need to understand that the same president, his own hands have got too much mud. How do you take decisive action against your cabinet when the same cabinet, they know how dirty you are? They know your dirty linen. They will expose it when they're outside there. So that's why now we've got a new minister that has been sworn in. We have a deputy president who is compromised. Because when you're a president, you will have the nation behind you, because you can hear the nation is complaining. Those are the people who have made you to be who you are in that office. But if you take them for granted, they are the people who are going to take their vote and give it to a certain political party. You know, it's so hard for Cyril Ramaphosa. We have seen the decline of ANC like never before in any other president in the country. But it's somebody who cannot read in between the lines. He's still pushing for the ANC to plunge more. Where are the elders in the ANC? Why are they so quiet? In Zuma, they were up there in arms to Zuma. In Mbeki, they were up in arms. They removed Mbeki. What is it that is so special about Matamela? Is it because he's a soft-speaking somebody, or because he is a billionaire? What is it that is keeping this guy there? Where is the real ANC? Corruption have rampant in the country. Family, what do you think about all this? Is there any better that will ever happen in the country? Please drop your comment according to what you have heard these people say in this video, so we can come with different opinions. What is your own opinion? Let us discuss in the comment sections. Drop your comment, but please don't forget to like and share. Ngiyanithanda nonke ngothando lukaLove. Ngithi kini bantu bakithi, noma ngabe izindlu zodaka kusekhaya la. Let us fix our country. Bravo, bravo, bravo.